Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing some Xbox accessories. One of the things I really hate is changing batteries, and I'm constantly doing that. I do have rechargeable ones. I do use, I think they're like two 800 milliamp ones. They are really good. The problem is with me and my son constantly on Xboxes at times, it does kind of drain through these quite a lot. So last year I purchased him one of the Venom single bay sort of twin or the charging dock. What I've now gone for is the twin docking station. Now I've used Venom before, so I used them a lot back in the 360 days. They were really good for that. I thought I'd give them a go. Now these only have a 800 milliamp battery. However, it does kind of state that they will go for about 8 hours if you don't use a headset. If you use a headset, that's likely to drop to around 3. But obviously the beauty of having two is if you've got two controllers like I do, you can obviously have one charging while you're gaming and then just do a simple swap over. Obviously not in the middle of a FIFA game because that doesn't work. But either way, an unboxing and a review of the twin docking station. I've been using it for a little while now. I've been really impressed actually with how simple it was. The beauty of it is if we look back at the single one, it does also have a pass-through, so it connects via USB-C to the Xbox, which goes into USB-A, and then you've got a USB-A pass-through. So if you want to connect an additional device, obviously you're going to be limited then via the the transfer rate of that. So I wouldn't necessarily connect a hard drive per se to it, but any other kind of peripheral, maybe like a headset, shouldn't really be a problem there. But yeah, here we go. Stay tuned. So unboxing the Venom Twin Docking Station. Purchased this obviously just to enable myself to come away from using constant rechargeable batteries. I do find that I have batteries kicking around everywhere, and my son tends to like just randomly leave them on my desk, so I don't know whether they need charging or they're fully charged or various other things. So I decided to move on and get this. Now he's been using the single. I did buy him a twin as well fairly recently, so we had a little bit of experience with this product before, but I thought it was keen to bit. Now the interesting thing is the user guide is now fully online, so you don't actually get a user guide in the box. Though to be honest, it's quite simple. It's very much plug and play. That's the chassis itself. It does feel very plasticky, so construction wise, what would I preferred? Maybe a metal base, just to kind of, I don't know, add to the sort of design aesthetic, but I think that obviously would have cost a lot more. And then you get a very lengthy USB-A to USB-C cable, so you can position this fairly well around your room with your Xbox, depending on if you've got it in a media center. Now when I bought the single, the batteries actually come pre-clipped into the actual holders. Now on this model they didn't, which I actually found a lot better. Now I don't know if this is just like a new version or they've decided to change something in Venom, but I found it a lot more simple. Now it's fairly obvious which way it needs to go round, because you're going to need to make sure that the gold piece sticks out the back. Now obviously at this point I didn't know which way round it was going to go, so I was just kind of toying with the idea. If I go and fetch a controller quickly, you'll see kind of early hand how difficult it can be to fit one of these for the first time. Now obviously once they're fitted, they're really simple then, because you don't need to change it. So these are the current EBL ones I use. Really good batteries, but again I prefer to use them in other devices, to be totally honest. It took me a while to actually work out the orientation of these. Now they only do fit in one way, so you need to just basically take a view of the battery. I will show you in a brief second how it fits in. The only other problem I had was actually snapping in the cover as well. Now the cover is an extremely tight fit. When I mean extremely tight fit, I do mean an extremely tight fit. So much so that I was struggling off camera for some time trying to get this fitted in. Just the battery as well, to be honest, it's just a little bit fiddly. I mean, this is why user guides are invented, so please go and watch them. But yeah, you'll see that that's the correct orientation. And then it takes me a little while because there's two clips at the very top that basically have to seat into the very top of the controller. And when I mean tight, they are really tight. Now, it does come with free covers, and I am told that one of them is designed for the older Xbox controller. So if you find it is not fitting at all, that is probably why. So I did go and swap one out. So maybe I was using, you know, the wrong one at this point. Did go and try this other one. I'm sure they're probably labelled, but me being lazy, just decided not to do it. And there we are, that's fitted. So took a little while. Obviously, when it comes to seating, they just sit on and lay back. Again, when I actually first tried this, I did find that, you know, it took a while for the red light to come on. So I had to correct and adjust the positioning. But there you are, you get the extra covers. Like I said, one is for the older model and the other battery, so you've got the two, is there. So what are my final thoughts on this? Well, as you can see, this is mine docked on, ready to go, and you'll notice the red light. To be honest, I think if I had just a single one, I feel this would be a wasted opportunity. So for the extra £5 that you pay, definitely go for the dual charging. I've not used it excessively, but I can vouch for the fact I've definitely gamed for around 6 hours without needing to change the controller. So yeah, it does possibly stack up to the claim of the 8 hours. Would it replace rechargeable batteries long term? I don't know. What are your thoughts?